Hello everybody, ciao a tutti and welcome to Art with Ms.B. Today we are going to have some fun together with another activity inspired by the season and inspired by nature. This one is also inspired by a very spectacular artist that I personally admire, and I'm so grateful for her, presence in this world. The artist is Yayoi Kusama. She's a Japanese artist, and if you're interested, I will include the official website, so the link, so you can click on the link and gain a little more information about the artist if you would like to do so. There is also a short documentary. If I am not wrong, it should be it might be Netflix or HBO, I don't remember, but anyways, a beautiful documentary that explores her life since she was very, very young. She faced many challenges to become who she is, like an artist, right? And she was true to herself through all the challenges, right? The society wanted something different from her, the family wanted something different from her, and she stayed strong, and she was so connected with her purpose of touching this world with her heart and her way to see the world. And so through patterns and colors and biomorphic shapes and organic shapes. And now she's very famous. She does big installations all around the world. We have installation of her work in New York City, in Chicago. She does a temporary exhibitions. They are very interactive and very engaging, so I truly suggest you to explore her more. In this practice, we are going to explore her style. We are going to explore many color palettes, so the more colors you have available, the better. We are going to use alcohol markers. If you don't have alcohol markers and you have traditional markers or another media, feel free to still do the practice, and maybe at the end you can decide if you want to provide yourself with alcohol markers, black regular tip black Sharpie, fine tip black Sharpie, to outline and review and finalize in some of the final patterns. We are going to explore the shape of a pumpkin, which is another like nice exercise if you would like to draw still not realistic, but a well done pumpkins, right? That doesn't just look flat, but gives some movement and interest. We're going to explore many different families of colors, including the neutrals, so it's going to be truly rewarding and truly fulfilling. Remember to be present to this practice if you do not have enough time, or if you think that your patience and your endurance is about to end, stop the practice and you can resume the day after or later on. These videos are available for you for free 24/7, so use them as you wish. You can repeat a video multiple times and do the same project by exploring different colors and different patterns. You can break down the same video into two parts, so you have a little like less work to do all together. You can work with me following my pace, and I do my best to do a nice neutral pace, not too fast and not too slow. You can watch the video speeding it up a little bit, and then you can focus on the last images, which is the final product, and you can do it at your own convenience and with your own personality, and maybe mix it some steps, right? You do you. So adapt this practice to your own personal need. And remember that through art, we can meditate. Through a very well done art practice, you gain so much knowledge and so many skills, from the fine motor skills to better knowledge and use of the lines and the art elements such as space and colors, more knowledge about the media that we are using. You will be present to yourself. You will block every other thought and every other stress and worry outside, because you're focusing on what you're doing on the paper. That is so much like such a permanent act of creating something permanent of a piece of paper and changing the nature of that piece of paper, which is just white at the beginning, changing it completely through the end. If we think about it, it's mind-blowing. So let's embrace the power of art and the power of art practice. And remember, my friends, we do not worry at all about the final product. We just embrace the process step by step, and we benefit from it every single moment of it. So I'm going to switch the camera and we can start. And I hope that you will enjoy this practice and you will feel refreshed and you will feel all the benefits that this practice can give you. Let me know in the comment, ask me question, share your feeling and sensation where you were practicing with me. Subscribe to this channel and help this community to grow, because we can truly heal ourselves and the world through art. Ciao. Okay, friends, this is my journal. I'm going to create my usual frame. You can use a ruler or you can do it freehand as I do. It's still neat and pretty precise, although it's not geometrically perfect, but this is how I like it. So remember to do you. Now we are going to transition to the pencil, so just in case we need to change or erase something, we feel comfortable in doing so. We're gonna design our pumpkin first of all. So the first thing that I will do, I will create this nice oval over here, and then I will kind of work on the stem of our pumpkin. So I'm gonna set basically the way, the size that I want it. Then I'm going to do same type of curved line, but I do not go all the way down. I end up a little like higher both sides. Then I start not from here, but from part of like the stem, and I will do the same on the other side. And then on the back I will just do 1 and 2 because it gives us this idea of three-dimensionality. Now I'm gonna set the line that is gonna be the plane, let's call it the difference between the background and the table, and I'm going to set some diagonal or straight lines to create a sort of a pattern, geometrical pattern that contrasts the smoothness and these nice rounded lines that we use for the pumpkins. Do not overthinking, just divide your space into some sort of diagonal lines, creating these triangular shapes and stuff, you know, similar. Now for the background, instead, I'm going to use straight lines. If you need to use the ruler, use the ruler. I personally encourage you not to, so you can truly exercise your fine motor skills. Now, inside the pumpkins, what I will do, I'm going to create instead a pattern with circle. Now, once again, they don't have to look perfect. They don't have to look all the same. Spread them out, make them bigger and smaller. The secret, as I say to my students, is to stay extremely focused with your eyes on your hand, right? And move your hands slowly. We're going to place some of them in all of the section of the pumpkin. Leave some space between them. Don't make them look they are too close. And now I'm going to double the circle, because I'm preparing my pattern and I'm giving myself the opportunity to use 2 different colors, right? For the circle inside and the circle around. What I love about the artists that we are inspired by, Yayoi Kusama, is their imaginary use of patterns and colors, completely like free from any rules that we learn when we study like more formal art, but so beautiful and fantastic. Once I set the design, I'm going to go back to my regular tip Sharpie, and now we can outline the main outlines. Right now that we are sure that we don't want to change anything, that everything looks okay, we are going to carefully go on top of our lines Now, of course, like if you are expert, I could have done this directly with Sharpie, but I like to show you exactly the steps so everybody can follow my tutorial and video, and depending on your skill level, you can decide if you want to skip some passages or add some more details, implement the technique in a different way. But if you are a beginner, you feel truly supported all the way through the practice, which is, you know, I'm trying to create, my intention is to create a platform here on YouTube where everybody feel truly welcome, where everybody can practice at their own rhythm, their own pace, with their own skill, and grow from that, when there is no competition or stress or worry about the final product, but when I just gently guide you and teach you about art principle and element, different techniques, and most of all, which is the most important thing for me, I teach you the healing power of art. Art has been, like an art education, has been underestimated for many, many years. And once introduced in school, now, like, you know, we're definitely doing better because it's considered a subject. However, because it is included in our school system that doesn't truly care about the spiritual aspect of education, is just like a very focus on products and grades and deadlines and etc. You know, sometimes we risk that we are getting caught in all of this, and we risk that we are forgetting the main and most important purpose of art, which is like creating a connection with our inner selves, creating a connection within the community and the group through the sharing, reinforcing important skills, and giving us the opportunity to take a moment to focus and heal and understand better. Now, with an eraser, you quickly erase the pencil underneath when you see and if you think that it can bother you. And now let's have fun and let's start the coloring. I'm going to use different type of dark yellow, orange color to color my pumpkins. I will not color, of course, inside a circle, and you can do what I do using different type of oranges, darker, lighter, a dark yellow, golden yellow ochre. If you're not using my shadow art alcohol marker, so if you do not have so many like different colors in the same family, remember you can use the orange, you can use a red, you can use a yellow, and then you can mix orange with yellow by overlapping them. You can mix a very light gray with orange and with yellow, so you can have like a, you can create a like a tone of the same color. So be flexible, be creative, and do not despair. When we are doing the coloring, our attention is like a very, it's just focus on the, should go on the space. You see this white space that all of a sudden, not all of a sudden, but little by little is not white anymore. That is a permanent act, right? A permanent change on this white paper. So stay focused on the space that from white turns into a color, movement of your hand. Focus on what you're doing so you don't color what you don't need and you don't want to color. Good posture. Breathe in and out deeply and intentionally. Fill this space with care. Leave no gaps, no scribble. It's like that you want to cover this space with a blanket of color. We can repeat the same color more than once. I would definitely repeat. Maybe I do have a dark vermilion. I'm going to dark this one up a little bit. Beautiful. The intensity of these colors and the warmth that they spread, they radiate, make me feel, very cozy inside and very happy. I'm repeating this color again. And in the variety and some repetition, we created like cohesiveness, right? We make this piece look like more unified. We made a different statement, right? If we use multiple color, we made a different type of statement. This time we want to unify this design. Now we are going to color the circle inside. I'm going to use blue. You can look for your favorite blue. This one is a nice blue azure, so like sort of turquoise blue. Choose the ones that you like the most. I'm going to first color the circle inside, and let me tell you, those circles remind me like the Greek eyes, the eyes of protection. And so let's pretend that we are, by designing this, we are protecting ourselves. Over here I will use the color, but instead of using it for the circle, I will use it for the tiny circle around the main circle. You can do the same or you can keep it consistent. That is up to you and to your style and to the vision that you have of your piece. But as I was saying, everything in art can be so symbolic, right? The pumpkins as a symbol of the season, the symbol of some of the seasonal celebrations, and also as a symbol of the harvest. The great Mother Earth that gives us all the fruits and the elements that we need to survive and live, and we need to be grateful, and we are celebrating it through this design. At the same time, we are adding a symbol, the eyes of protection, so that protect us and protect the people that we love, and protect the Mother Earth, so she can keep giving us the fruits and all the resources that we need to live. And hopefully we will learn to love her more, to respect her more, to be kinder to her, and to breathe together with her, as we are meant to do and we were created to do. As you notice, I'm using a very different blue to create a nice visual contrast. Also, blue and orange are complementary colors on the color wheel, which means that they sit opposite side on the color wheel, and therefore they complement each other by a visual contrast. We go from very warm to very cold, yet they look unified and cohesive. And that is the power of the interaction of complementary colors. truly, truly, truly happy with this pumpkin, and I feel really energized by this practice already. Now, for what concerns the bottom, I'm going to transition into still a sort of a warm but more neutral palette, and I'm gonna use different type of brown and potato brown, light brown, gray brown, and we can repeat the same color more than once. And by choosing darker or lighter tones, we are going to somehow embrace, like, and represent the element of value, which is shadow and light, the alternation, right? In this case, we're going to do value through colors. And I decided to do this side darker. So in this side, I will probably use the darker tones of brown and gray brown. This one is a little warmer, nice. This one is more of a reddish, hazelnut brown. I'm going to start to bring this warmer brown also on the other side. That will still be like neutral, so still featuring the same family of colors, but just slightly lighter. Transition to an ochre. And then we're gonna probably use some terracotta as well. Let's see, what do we have? We have a potato brown, nice, very warm. And probably I'm going to go with a terracotta color over here, similar to the brown, the potato brown, but a little warmer, more almost on the orange. Beautiful. Beautiful. Now that my table is done, we're going to take care of the background. And for this one, I will use instead some green, not always traditional green. So for example, I will go with an olive green, deep olive green, light olive green, bronze green, lime green, like these different tones and shades of green. I will probably do the same, and I will tend to use the darker green on this side and then going towards lighter green, little by little, like as we move toward the light. You can follow my lead, or you can decide your own palette. Remember, take a look at your paper. If you need to pause the video, do so. Put the colors together, look at them together next to each other, and then you make your own decision, right? So you can truly, truly be connected with what you are creating on this paper. I want probably a dark green I will repeat now the deep olive green, and then I will start to transition towards a lighter, little by little. So I'm going to go with a deep yellow. Let's see, nice and very warm. See, almost gold, dark gold. Beautiful. I'm going to use an olive yellow green. So it's the lighter version of the deep olive. I love because they are very warm, all of them. I'm going to use, let's see if this one is bright enough, leaf green. Ooh. Yes, nice and bright. If you don't like a color the way they show, remember that you can overlap it with another, creating another, like, you know, version of that color that you might like better. Just remember, do experiment. And remember, that is the process of what we are focusing on, the process on creating something permanent on the paper. Look, our paper looks completely different now, right? Now, for this, the stem, probably I want something a little colder and a little darker. So I would go for nice, intense blue-gray. For the stem. And then maybe we have a green-gray for the tip. And voila. Now that we are done with our colors, we grab the extra fine Sharpie, and we're going to add some lines, going and respecting the directions of the design, or maybe contrasting the design. Remember, we're tracing these lines with our free hands, no tools, no ruler. We don't want them to be perfect, but we want to enjoy and embrace the practice that come with those lines. Now, by repeating these lines over and over, we are exercising our fine motor skills, the quality of the lines that we're able to trace. Free hands will improve drastically, and we are teaching ourselves the virtue of patience, right? When you just want to be done, you're kind of pushing yourself to dedicate a little extra time, a little extra attention to some more details. And even when you feel that your hands is hurting a little bit, shake it off, take your break. But I feel that perseverance, right, that commitment that we learn in the final steps of our practice, it's a truly valuable life lesson and teaching, right? Mostly because we do something opposite to what the society wants us to do. Rush, 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 do, move on to the next one. And we say, no, let's stay focused here. Let's dedicate extra care. Let's dedicate extra attention. I can do this. My hands can do this. My brain can do this. And I'm still present to myself, to my body, to this very experience of creating something from scratch on a piece of paper, and make it permanent, something that is permanently here. So much power, right? I have the courage to take my choice, to take my decision on the paper, to trace the lines, to outline the lines, to embrace this design, to make decision about colors. And I do not care on the products, the final products. I'm not stressed about it. I'm not worried at all. I'm just embracing and enjoying this moment of creation. And I feel when my neck gets tired and my back gets tired, so I can fix my posture, or I can take a little break. And if my hands get tired, I can take a little break and shake them off, do some stretching. I am connected with my body, and I listen to it. And if I need to slow down the pace of tracing this line, I will slow down. And you will notice that when you are so connected with the project and you are very present, you will make choices about the direction of the lines or other details in a very spontaneous way, more and more spontaneously. Sometimes you will just follow my lead and you will relax, right? Because you can just do what I do. So you remove from yourself the responsibility of making too many choices, and you can truly work on being present to this experience and benefiting from this practice. Then with time, you will take this responsibility and choices on your shoulder without even realizing it, and without feeling stressed about it or worry about the outcome, but just enjoying what you're doing. Now for the background instead, I'm going to use my curved lines because I always like to create a dialogue. This curved line will go with the circle, and this straight line will go with the straight line of the background, and all together they will create this beautiful and harmonic piece inspired by Yayoi Kusama, as we say, inspired by the season, Mother Earth, inspired by colors, and so connected to our life experience. If you want to do a different pattern, feel free to do so. Remember, the more you practice with me, the more confident you will become in your art practice, and at one point, without noticing, you will make in your spontaneous choice about the colors, about the patterns, about the use of space, and you will truly enjoy making these choices because you will feel the freedom and the liberation from the stress and the worry and the competition that belongs to comparing our products to other. Instead, here we are not comparing anything, we are just enjoying what we are doing. And I'm going to actually improvising and here just supporting the verticality of this pattern. The secret is not to press hard on the pencil. I know that where you are a beginner, if you are a child and still learning, you will tend to press a little too much. That will break and ruin the tip of your markers, but most of all will really block your wrist. Instead, when we learn, because if you're still working on, you will learn very soon by practicing with me, your skills will become so much better, and you will learn not to add too much pressure on the hands, so your hands can move around freely and your lines will become better. Back to this line. Remember to breathe deeply, intentionally. Every year in my YouTube channel, I dedicate a couple of videos, a few videos to the season, like the pumpkins, for example, is a very dear subject to me and inspired by Yayoi Kusama. Last year videos was different from this one, so if you want to go and check them out, I highly encourage you to do so. These videos are perfect if you are hosting a little Halloween parties, right? And you have kids or friends and you want to do something nice and original. And then at the end, each one of the participants will have a beautiful memory and a beautiful things to bring home. So you just have to truly give them some mixed media paper, markers, pencil, and black Sharpies, and you can all have fun and maybe have a little gallery walk at the end, taking picture with the different pumpkins so that you will be able to come up. You can put my video on and have everybody practicing, and then at the end share the creation. So there are many ways that you can utilize my video. These are for individual but also collective actions, so feel free to explore it. And that's it, my friends. We did it and I love it, and I hope that you love it too. I see you soon with another beautiful practice.